What if, right now, as you're just chilling, your own 2 feet are sending out a 911 call about your heart? A signal you're completely missing. Think about that for a second. It's estimated that over 6 million people in the United States are living with congestive heart failure. The vast majority of those folks were totally clueless. They never imagined that their little bit of ankle swelling or perpetually chilly toes were, in fact, urgent distress signals coming straight from a failing heart. Listen up, because this is wild. Forget the movies, the dramatic chest-clutching scene that you see on TV. That's not how a failing heart usually breaks the news. The first whispers? They don't come from your chest. They come from way down low. We're talking about symptoms that 94% of people just brush off as being nothing more than getting old, or maybe being a little overweight, or standing on their feet too long. That swelling in your ankles you blame on your new sneakers? That numbness you think is just from sitting at your desk all day? These might be your heart's last-ditch attempt to get your attention before it's too late. To miss these signs is to let a disaster brew right under your nose. Your body is literally screaming for help, and if you don't listen up, the slow, quiet failure of your heart can sneak up on you, turning something totally treatable into an absolute, life-threatening emergency. These aren't just random aches and pains. This is a scientific, undeniable connection between your lower body and a heart that can no longer hang, no longer circulate blood like it should. We're talking about the difference between life and death. Let's make the move and get into the real deal. We start with a simple, common problem: cold feet. Most people just laugh it off, thinking they have bad circulation or they need thicker socks. But here's the truth. When your heart starts to fail, it's confronted with a crazy, high-stakes decision about where to send the minimal amount of blood it can still pump. Your body's survival instinct kicks in. The VIP priority? Your brain, your kidneys, your lungs, your heart itself. Your feet? They get cut off. They're way down at the bottom of the priority list. Your feet are the furthest point from the pump, so it's extra noticeable there. This isn't just regular cold feet that warm up when you walk around. These stay consistently cool, no matter what. Research published in Circulation shows that cold extremities were one of the initial and most prominent symptoms in patients with decreased cardiac output. If your feet are always chilly, something's up with your pump. Next, you need to try this simple test right now. It's for something called pitting edema. If you've got swelling in your legs or ankles, press hard with your finger for about 10 seconds and then let go. If you see a deep indentation, a pit, that hangs out for several seconds after you pull your finger away, you're looking at pitting edema. This fundamentally changes the meaning of your swelling. The American Heart Journal found a direct and indisputable link between pitting edema and right-sided heart failure. That side of your heart can't properly pump blood back to your lungs, so the blood backs up like traffic on a freeway. The increased pressure forces fluid out into the surrounding tissues. That dent you see? It's the fluid being displaced. It proves your heart is unable to perform its fundamental, life-sustaining job. Then there's the issue of muscle weakness in your legs that seems to come out of nowhere. We're not talking about just being tired. Groundbreaking research in Circulation, Heart Failure showed that chronic heart failure patients have skeletal muscle weakness that actually restricts routine activity. What's happening on a cellular level is intense. Your leg muscles aren't getting the oxygen and nutrients they need. Your muscles are essentially losing the protein machinery they need to contract. Climbing stairs goes from being easy peasy to feeling like your legs are made of jelly, and that's a real warning sign that your heart isn't delivering adequate nourishment. This leads right into sudden weight gain caused by fluid retention. You step on the scale and you've gained 5, 10, maybe even 15 pounds in a single week. This is not fat accumulation from overeating. This is your body's desperate attempt to cope with a failing heart that can't circulate fluid. The Mayo Clinic proceedings recognizes this rapid weight gain as a primary red flag that needs quick medical attention. Because of gravity, all that extra fluid concentrates in your lower body, making your calves feel tight and your shoes suddenly not fit. Now, check your color. The fifth symptom is a bluish or dark tint to the skin, what doctors call cyanosis. This isn't anything subtle you might miss. This color change is visually obvious and medically significant. The European Society for Cardiology heart failure identified cyanosis as a major peripheral symptom of heart failure. It means oxygen-deficient blood is taking control of your circulation, pooling in your lower legs, ankles, and feet because gravity is working against your weaker heart. This bluish tint often walks hand in hand with the sixth symptom, ankle swelling. This is frequently one of the very first signs patients catch. When your heart weakens, blood backs up, increasing the pressure in your veins. Gravity drags the fluid downward to the lowest position in your body, and your ankles become the primary collection spot. The key difference here is that this swelling doesn't disappear when you rest or elevate your feet. It sticks around day after day, getting worse as the day goes on. The JACC Heart Failure Journal found this swelling is one of the most dependable indicators of how the condition will worsen over time. Got a little cut, scrape, or sore on your foot that just won't heal? Sluggish healing of sores is the seventh sign. That tiny wound should heal in days, but instead, it persists for weeks, even months. A study in the Journal of the American Medical Association shed light on this, showing it's due to three factors: tissue hypoxia, or lack of oxygen, reduced immune function, and hampered circulation. Healing is oxygen-intensive, and your failing heart simply can't send the necessary building blocks to the wound site. The eighth is leg cramps or pain while walking, which doctors call claudication. After only a few minutes of walking at a typical pace, your legs start to cramp and hurt so bad you have to stop and rest. The Journal of Cardiac Failure published comprehensive research showing the clear connection between these claudication symptoms and decreased cardiac output. Your large leg muscles are the first to suffer the catastrophic effects of blood flow reduction because they demand the most oxygen. Your freedom to walk is being taken away because your heart can't keep up. Here's a total mind blower, the ninth symptom: restless legs at night. This is experienced by a shocking 78% of people with heart failure, and almost no one connects it to their heart. You finally lay down for the night, but your legs start to twitch, burn, and crawl. Studies in sleep medicine reviews found that it's all about fluid redistribution. All that fluid that gravity pushed into your legs during the day? When you lay flat, it rushes back toward your core circulation, compressing nerves and altering electrolytes. It's a neurological freakout caused by the fluid you accumulated because your heart is weak. If your varicose veins have suddenly gone off the charts bad, or new ones pop up fast, that's symptom 10, worsening or unexpected appearance of varicose veins. The Vascular Medicine Journal links this to heart failure. The backup pressure from your failing pump totally overwhelms the one-way valves in your veins, causing them to fail more quickly. Look at your skin. Is it shiny, almost stretched tight across your bones? This is the 11th sign. The retention of fluid is changing your skin at a structural level. When you have too much fluid, your skin is stretched beyond its normal limit, making it look excessively smooth and shiny because all its natural texture is flattened out. Medical professionals use this consistently and dependably as a diagnostic signal for significant fluid retention. And finally, that persistent numbness or tingling in your feet. This feeling of pins and needles is no small inconvenience. Research in current heart failure reports shows these neurological symptoms are significantly higher in heart failure patients. It's either the swelling physically compressing your nerves, or, more worryingly, the nerves themselves aren't getting enough oxygen and are starting to misfire. This isn't guesswork, folks. We're talking about findings published in credible journals like Circulation and the American Heart Journal. Your legs and feet are a highly developed, early warning system, capable of spotting heart failure long before it turns into a sudden catastrophe. Every single symptom we've gone over is your body's urgent attempt to convey the message that your heart requires immediate medical assistance. The truth is incredibly energizing. Recognizing these signs early is the game changer. It's the difference between a manageable condition that you can live successfully with for decades, and a total disaster that results in devastating outcomes. Early intervention works. We have medications, treatments, and lifestyle fixes that are remarkably effective if we catch this. Condition early. Don't wait for a Hollywood-style collapse. So, here's your call to action, your homework for today. Check your ankles tonight. Do the pit test. Look at your feet. If you recognize more than just one or two of these signs, if you've got the cold feet, the swelling that won't quit, and the creeping numbness, don't mess around. Pick up the phone and call your healthcare professional as soon as possible. Seriously, your legs and feet have been trying to save your life. Go listen to them. Be sure not to disregard these messengers. It is possible that they are about to save your life right now, in this very instant. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, don't forget to hit subscribe, because every click helps us reach and save more lives. Share this video with your friends and family. You might just save someone's life today.